Today is day 4. Thank you. Bye. Today is day 4 of Stop Surviving, Start Thriving. So this is the challenge we started this week, Monday, and today is Thursday. We are already 4 days, and lot of things happen. For me, it feels like forever I have done this only. Like I have known you guys for so long. It feels like this is what my life is. So it's a wonderful place to be. And let's do a quick recap. So on day 1, we talked about a lot of things, and the base of the day 1 was clarity. Why you want to know what is that you want and where you are heading, right? Day 2 was based on why you want it. Once you know that what you wanted, why you want it, and this is the intention, and that's what gives you intensity. This is the driving force that helps you reach your goal, right? If you don't have intention and intensity, it is just like a dream that is never going to be fulfilled. You will just have a wish list, not a goal list, right? That you're going to achieve. And yesterday we were doing, and we used ChatGPT to create the action steps. So we created your desire list, and then we gave it to ChatGPT and asked what kind of lifestyle we want, right? And once we have that lifestyle, what is the action is needed based on month, weeks, and days. And if you take those exact action, you will get that exact result. A success as blueprint, right? So we can do exactly same what ChatGPT is saying. But now that we know what we need to do, like yesterday, by yesterday's task, if you have completed, you will know what you need to do to gain that goal, to achieve that outcome. But the problem is knowing is not equal to doing. We all know how to lose weight, still we are unhealthy, we are overweight, right? We know how to get promoted, but still we are stuck at the same position for many years, right? So knowing is not equal to doing. And the biggest challenge that comes when we are trying to do something is called resistance. So what do you think resistance is? Right? Resistance comes in so many ways. It comes in procrastination, right? You procrastinate. There is perfectionist. I'm not ready yet. Once I am ready, then I will do it, right? Lack of resources. I don't have time. I don't have energy. I don't have money. How can I do it? My kids are too young. I am too old. All those statements that we say, I'm not good enough. One of the very common that I hear, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. Fear of failure. Exactly. I should not start because I may fail. What will people say about it then? What my family will think about it? All these are resistance. All these that you are feeling is resistance, right? And we all feel, by the way, right? We all feel that resistance. Why do we feel resistance? Have you asked? So anytime when we are feeling resistance is the mere reason that you are expanding beyond your comfort zone. Let me quickly share my screen and share one very beautiful concept here. Just a second. Yeah. Can you guys see my screen? Not yet, right? Now, yes. Okay, so we talked about these 3 circles. We talked about thought loop. All those things yesterday covered. And today we are going to talk about something. So why we feel resistance. So this is what the circle of comfort. This is called circle of comfort. And we are in this circle. So once we start expanding, we start to feel our circle of comfort is small. We feel suffocated. We feel like I want more space. I want something that is outside my comfort zone. Maybe it can be health, it can be some type of relationship, some growth, promotion, whatever it is for you, right? Becoming a better version of yourself, being more capable, tapping into your true potential. It can be anything that is beyond your comfort zone. So we are in circle of comfort, and then there is something that we desire is out of our circle. So the moment we try to get it, we hit the wall. right? And that's what is resistance. How many of you feel resistance is something physical, or do you think it's just mental? Right? Even though it's mental, we feel like, something, some weight is there that is holding us back. Something is that not letting us move, right? No burning desire, yeah. Both ways, both ways. It's physical and mental. But actually, if you see, there is nothing physical attached to us. But still, we feel that weight, that heaviness. This is what it is. It is like our psychological boundary has been hit, and that feels heavy. So you have a desire, you want to reach to that desire, whatever your desire is, and you hit your comfort zone. And as your limbic brain, your small brain, animal brain, you are supposed to conserve energy and stay alive. You are not supposed to take any risk, right? The moment you take risk, survival is threatened. What if you will fail? Exactly what Kannam said, right? What if you fail and we cannot recover from that failure, right? You want to start a business, you will put a lot of money. And what if that business fails, right? What if I want to start my business and I will quit my job, or I won't be able to give that much time or energy to my family? What will then happen? And that what will is the concept that weighs us down, right? But there are few people who work on their, mindset, and become more stubborn to achieve it. And finally, what happens? They try, they hit, and they finally reach their outcome, right? What happens then? Once I get that desired car, desired house, what happens? This becomes a new circle of comfort. We are expanded, and we have a desire beyond that. I want even bigger car, or I want even bigger business, or I want even better health, right? That's who we are. Growth is the only reason humans survive. Without growth, nothing is going to happen, right? So we are all here for growth, for expansion. Universe, the law of universe is expansion. Universe is expanding, right? Yeah, a frog in the well don't know river. But once the frog learns that there is a river, it sets itself on a journey of finding more river, right? Or a bigger river. But until unless you don't know what exists, you will do nothing. But once you are able to break your comfort zone and you know this is how it's done, it becomes easy to break your second circle, and then comes the third circle. And as many times as you're breaking, the farther you go. Most people in life, they break only one or maximum two comfort circles. So first is when they're about to get job. In college, most of us are trained enough to, go beyond, pass those tough exams, get a better job or something like that. And once they are settled, around midlife, they give one more try. And after that, like, I am ready to retire, right? Most people life is like this, but there are few people who are constant learners. That's what survival people who want to thrive, right? They keep on doing. They just want to make their sphere bigger, 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 bigger. And at the end of life, they don't want to just die with excuses. They want to die with stories. Oh, at 40, I tried this. At 41, I tried this. At 51, I did this. At 60, I did this. They have stories. They have experiences. That's what make their life worth living. They have failed so many times, and that's why they have grown so many times. They take risk. And by the way, there is a very interesting concept about risk. So anytime when risk is presented, and an opportunity is presented, it looks like risk. Tesla stock. How many of you own Tesla stock? Right? Apple stock. We don't even knew that these companies will survive. We are way far-fetched in future. Elon Musk is way far-fetched in future. SpaceX, nobody can go. NASA took so many years to reach to moon, right? How can someone just on private basis can go into space? And now SpaceX is giving tours to people. Okay, go in space, come back, have fun. That's what life is. Why? Because he is ready to expand his comfort circle every single day, not just weeks, months. He expands innovation. Yeah, he expands. He take risk every day. And the level of growth he has done. In history, there is no single man who came from nothing, made this much in that short term. Jeff Bezos also did it. He's the second one. Bill Gates did it. But these people took more time. Elon Musk is the first who did it quickest. And his capability of taking risk is way farther. We sit and contemplate what if it works, what if it doesn't work, what if it go, like, no, try. Until unless you don't try, you don't know, right? And the biggest reason we don't take risk is because we are scared of change. How many of you feel like it becomes uncomfortable the moment things change, right? Once I get into new job, it becomes difficult to adjust my basic routine or normal life, right? Once I start exercising or eating healthy, I have to cook 2 meals, one for myself, one for my family. Too much work. So that change is not helping me. So I better stay in my comfort zone, not to change. Right? So all the fear, all the things come from, like all the resistance is coming because of change. And why change is so stressful for us is because our mind has to refit all the pieces that it has already figured out. Now it's unfamiliar that it has to do something, right? The moment you say, I'm not going to watch Netflix today, I'm going to watch exercise video and I'm going to do exercise. And now there are so many questions. What are you going to wear? Where are you going to do it? What exercise you will be watching? How long will you be doing? Will you be hungry? Will you be eating food? 2000 questions brain will ask because all those things were unknown to brain, right? And I'm giving just this conscious list. There are a lot of unconscious questioning also going on, right? But when you're watching Netflix sitting on sofa, you want to sit on sofa, you want to grab the remote. If you want, you get a blanket or a throw, you just watch, you just scroll for like 15 minutes and you find something and you watch, right? It's an easy sequence that brain knows now. But the moment you change little bit, it becomes like how I'm supposed to figure out all those things. It's too much for me, right? And that's where procrastination happens. So procrastination happens only on two ways. If something you are about to do is way too boring for your brain. For example, for me, folding clothes. I hate folding clothes. For me, it's like today I'm going to fold, tomorrow anyway I'm going to wear it, right? Why to fold it? Doesn't make any sense. Just wash it, put it in a bin, use it, and again wash it. Why to fold laundry? It's a very boring work for me, right? Very, very boring. I've like, I don't find any interesting thing in doing laundry. Like not doing laundry, but washing and folding it. Like washing is okay, folding. The second scenario where we procrastinate is when the task is way bigger than our comprehension, right? How can I do it? What all I will be needing it? Will I be able to do it or not? Do I have all the support, all the resources that I want? So once that question happens, again, resistance comes, procrastination happens. And why we procrastinate in that scenario is because of, the moment your stress level goes up, your creative brain shuts down, right? And you are living just by your limbic brain. And the work of limbic brain is just to find what can go wrong. The only work of this animal brain, that limbic brain, is stress. When it's stressed, it only finds what can go wrong and let me go fix it. And now that you're focused, yesterday we learned about it, where you focus, you will find that exact solution. So now that you are finding problems, your mind will come up with 2000 reasons. Okay, this is why you will fail. You don't know how to run a business. You don't know how to present. You don't know how to speak. You don't even know about the content. You don't even know about your market, right? You don't know about ads. You don't know about anything. all the reasons are given, and now the task that was this big feels like this big, right? And we are asking why the hell we are procrastination. This is the reason. In our head, we made that exact task way bigger than it actually is. Just because we were stressed, just because we were thinking by our limbic brain. Yeah, laundry, I feel non value added work, but it is an important part of, like in US, we hardly get house help, so we have to do it ourselves. Other task is okay, but non value added, but it's an important thing, right? You cannot not wear clothes. We need clothes, right? We need clean clothes. So that's where it is. So coming back to the procrastination, so this is how it happens. So how many of you think this is a fact that procrastination is happening? Either it's too boring for you or it's too hard for you. If it's right in between, you will be able to do it. If you know a little bit of about it, it becomes easier, and that's where you don't procrastinate. And it's all pure chemical. Right? I will go deeper into it and we will talk more about, right? Let me go and quickly share one more thing. So what happens is these fear of change come from our past experiences, right? We all have experienced something in our life. Consistency is hard. Consistency is hard because there are a lot of unknown elements in it, right? Every time you start to do something, something new is coming up, and you're like, how I'm supposed to do this? And now I have to figure out, I have to do extra energy work. I have to put more intelligence of mine, and then I will figure out. It's so much work for my brain, so much work for my body. And your mind will be like, no, we are not doing, conserve energy, right? That's why consistency is hard. And today we will get to know consistency, procrastination, and consistency are the two things that we are going to talk a lot today, right? So I was talking about we all have our past, right? Agree on that? We all have past, right? Give me yes in chat if you guys have past. Good, thank you. So that I know you guys are listening. So we all have past. We all had some event in the past that now, even though it wasn't past, feels like it's still holding us, right? So let's say this is a timeline. This is now. This is future. And this is past. Everybody draws it differently. So for me, it's like, this is the past, this is the future. And I am here right now, ready to thrive. I am using my mind also. I want to use my heart also. Okay, I'm ready to take control of my life. So I am a heart and a brain person, right? But what happens the moment I want to move forward? Something from past reminds me this is what you did and you failed, or some other thing, right? Or some other thing. So all the past memories, you want to move forward, but something from the behind is pulling you back. And what happens then? We start to look back and break all the chains. We try to break all the chains. And we forget to focus on future. We are just focusing on back. Okay, let me fix this first. Let me fix this first. Oh, last time when you were doing presentation, you are not able to speak English that well. Okay, let me learn English, going in past and fixing it, right? But as day two, we were talking about fixing doesn't do anything. We have to go to root cause, right? And we cannot drive, like, imagine you are driving life with the car of your life and you are looking just into the rear view mirror and driving. No windscreen, just the rear view. You are looking the back of you or the side mirrors and you're just looking back. You cannot drive very far. You cannot drive very fast. You have to focus in front for you to able to achieve. And that's why yesterday we talked a lot about why it is important to have solution-based thinking, not problem-based, like focus on solution, not on problem. So now that you have something in past and we cannot change our past, right? What we need to do is anchor in future, create your association in future. What is that I will be getting in future if I do this? Reward. Instead of working on fear, focus more on reward. What is that I will get every time when you are facing that fear? Oh, how can I start a business? How can I start? I ask for promotion. The moment you ask and the fear take over, you just ask yourself, what's the reward if I succeed? Right? What will happen if I succeed? That's the question we are asking. With me? Give me yes if you're with me. So instead of focusing on fear, we both have, like, imagine we have two angel and devil, like many of the times we like, one with like white ring wings and one with like horns, red color, right? We all have that two characters sitting on each shoulder. One will say this, one will say this. And the power lies who you are listening to, who you are focusing to. You can hear to a fear also, you can hear to your pleasures also, your reward also. And where you will focus will determine your life, right? You want to live your life looking into rear view mirror, or you want to see through windscreen and live your life that way. So entire game is game of focus, your prioritization, right? Where you are focusing. And here is one of the very important questions that you can ask anytime when you feel this, what is important for me right now? This is a very powerful question to ask you every time. Ask yourself, what is that important for me right now? The moment you are about to grab a packet of chips, what is that it's moment important for me right now? My health is more important. I can live without this chips. Choose. Instead of scrolling for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and then going to sleep, I choose to sleep because that's important. But until unless you don't have that consciousness, that awareness that what is important for me right now, we will do nothing. There is very interesting research that has been done. Let me stop sharing my screen. Yeah. So there is a very, very interesting research that happened was the people who were connected with electrodes in their head, like, little wire, so that they can see their brain activity. And then these people who were connected with all electrodes and all, they were asked to imagine about yourself, about your current life, about your past life. And there were a lot of activity happened in their brain, right? And then they asked, okay, now think, second scenario is think about some random stranger that you saw on road or you met somewhere and you don't know about that person. There were very least activity happened in their brain. Nothing much. Because we are not emotionally connected to those people, right? So no much movement happened. Strangely, this is the power of the research that we learn. So when the same people with electrodes, they were asked about to think about their present and past, there were a lot of activity. When they were asked to think about strangers, there was no activity. They were asked to imagine about themselves 5 years in future. What do you think the result will be? 5 years in the future. And this is a very, very crucial part that I'm sharing with you guys. If you understand this right, everything will change for you. So what do you think happen in future? Do you think more brain activity or less brain activity? Give me more or less in chat. More brain activity, thinking about future, okay. More. Right? You guys say more. But the fact was, it was not more. It was same as a stranger. Not even current. Not even current. So in our subconscious mind, 5 years ahead of me, like Anshika 5 years older, Anshika in 2031, have no association. For me, that 5 year old, like 5 year older version is stranger. That's why no activity. And the reason is because we have not consciously connected with our future. So if you imagine this, if you love your future self that much, will you be doing something wrong to your body right now? The moment you are about to grab a packet of chips, right? And you will think, my future version will gain some more weight because of that. You will not eat it. But we are so disconnected with our future self because we don't give conscious time in planning our life, right? No future visualization, exactly. So there is no brain movement. But once you start going and meeting your future self, tomorrow we will be talking about identity and empowered identity. That's what we will cover this topic. It's very, very powerful concept, right? So once you know about this concept, right? Hi, Anita. Thank you for turning on camera. It's lovely to see faces. Thank you. So once we know our future self, what it wants, how it is done, it becomes more rewarding and it becomes easier for us to take action. And that's why for a future anchor, future focus is very important. And there is a particular way to do it. Visualization is one of the very beautiful way. You can just go visualize and meet your future self more and more. And you will start falling in love with that version. And once you are in love with that version, you will take care of it, right? Agree with me? Right? You can take care of the person in future if you love, but you are not at all connected with that, you will care nothing. Like it's just a stranger. No clarity on what we want in future, become in future. This is a very, very interesting problem. And this is the first step, clarity, right? You remember that circle we did? Clarity, courage, and consistency. So very first thing, we need to know where we are heading. And many of the time, this is my personal experience. It can be different for you. So many of the times we are not taking action just because not we are familiar. I will give you one very beautiful example. Like, one of my boss, not boss, like he's a coach, he's a mentor. He bought a $45,000 watch. $45,000 watch. It's pretty much 40 lakh rupees in India, Indian currency, right? And he himself was amazed by saying, like, why the hell I need a watch that is 40 lakh rupees, $45,000, too expensive, right? But he told that once he bought that watch, he was invited. Tiffany Co, by the way, is a very international, like it's a big international company of jewelries and expensive watches and all that. So he got VIP entry, premium entry to their events. Brands like Dior, Chanel are inviting them there in their party. And what happens in that parties? Networking. You get to meet more people like that. But the problem is we stay so small. We are not ready to spend and experience life beyond our circle. We just know these are the people, right? We are connected with internet. What is stopping us from exploring more, meeting new people, right? I have few friends who are millionaire. They are good, like they are running coaching business like anything. And they're very ground to earth people. Anytime when I need something, I just go and ask, like, how do you do this? Tell me. And they tell, okay, this is what you're doing wrong. But until unless you don't have that exposure, you don't know what the possibility is, right? So Karna, my question to you guys, if you don't have clarity about what you want future, what are you doing to expose yourself to bigger world, right? Until unless you don't know if it exists, you will not experience, right? I was someone who always said that, like, why to buy an expensive bag? A $20 bag, a 1,000 rupee bag will do the exact same thing. It will hold my stuff exact same way a 50,000 bag will do. Why do I need a 50,000 bag and just have $1,000, 1,000 rupees bag? Right? But until unless you haven't experienced what it feels like to have a 50,000 bag, you cannot say. So you need to have that experience, that exposure. With me on that? Give me yes. Give me yes if you getting what I'm saying. So increase your exposure. Increase your, like, A person who have never experienced any other sweet, just gulab jamun. So they just know gulab jamun. For you to experience, there are more sweets. There is son papdi, there is rasgulla, there is other like besan ka laddu and all those other sweets. You have to go out and explore. You have to shop. And for you, whatever you're looking, find where where you can find. Join communities, join people. And once you find someone that, okay, this is something I want, go and ask. Be shameless in asking. This is something like I have learned. Yes, they will help you with future realization, right? And definitely we will talk more about it tomorrow. And we have entire 3 modules in my program about this. How to connect with your future self and operate from your future self. And that is called identity shift, quantum shift, right? Do you know anyone who in just a matter of like some time, like 90 days, 6 months, 1 year, all of a sudden they become a different person and they are like, more rich, more happy, more everything? They did quantum shift. They understood the basic of how to change their identity. With me on that, right? So coming back to procrastination, we procrastinate because something that is bigger than our comfort or very small than our comfort. It may be very boring or it can be very daunting to do. That's why we don't take action, right? And once we start to focus more towards anchor, more towards our future self, it becomes easier to beat that resistance. And in a bit, I will talk about what actually resistance is. These are all chemical. There is no physical chain connected to you. It feels like physical something that is holding you back, but it's all chemical happening in our body, right? And once we know it's the chemical and how it is released, we can do something to unrelease or release some other chemical that can overcome this. Doable, right? The moment you know this is something happens in my body chemically when I'm stressed. And now if I learn or teach my body to release happy hormones, my stress hormone will be suppressed and I will be happy now. Doable, right? Does this concept looks like doable, right? But you need to know what you need to do to change your chemistry in your body. Okay. So let me share my screen one more time, connect my screen, just a second. And here is a very beautiful concept by Robert Dills. Robert Dills was a psychologist. He studied human behavior and he has created so many concepts. Right? So we were talking about this. So coming back to Robert Dills. So Robert Dills told us about the logical level of change, neurological level of change, right? And this is why we are not able to change. Change is not easy. So this is his concept of teaching change. And I have covered it. Now that you have a visual, it will have more clarity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So first one is environment. How many of you feel like the moment you start or decide to do something and your environment feels restrictive? Right? I want to exercise, but I don't have time right now. Right? I want to start my business, but I don't have skills or I have so much responsibilities. Right? My environment is not supporting me. I want to start my diet, but I have to take care of my daughter. My daughter don't eat, like she's young, she don't eat that diet food. I have to cook 2 meals. My environment is not supporting. I want to go and exercise, but my gym is very far. Environmental problem, all environmental problem. And how many of you face this actually? Like the moment you feel like you want to do something, you feel environment is not aligned, right? I want to sit and meditate. It is much easier to meditate. Go on Himalaya and meditate. No one will be there to disturb you, right? But meditating in your home when your kid is watching TV, other kid is playing, and your husband is asking for something and you sit and meditate. Not possible. Environment is not aligned, right? So how to align your environment is by changing your behavior. So once you have the behavior of someone who meditate, your environment automatically aligns. If you have a behavior of a person who exercises daily, your environment automatically. A person who is going to gym every day, they will have their shoes, they will have their work outfit, right? Workout of outfit. And they will go, they will set alarm, they will have timer, they will have their system, they will create their environment because they have that behavior. And yesterday we talked about behavior loop, how the behavior is created. One thought that comes gives you a kind of feeling. Based on that feeling, you act out. That's what is your behavior is. And based on that behavior, you get a result again, right? So quality of thought, what you're feeding your mind and how you're feeling about it. And today I will talk a lot about how to change this feeling, right? The feeling part, even though you're not feeling like doing it, how to change it, to do it. And that will help you change your behavior. But even more interesting is like if you have the skills or capability or slash skills for the work, your behavior automatically comes. You are someone who knows how to exercise. You automatically have the behavior of waking up early in the morning, dressing up and going for gym. Behavior changed because you have that skill, right? And sorry, as you're doing that behavior, showing that behavior, excuse me, please, you will have that environment set already because you are behaving that way. Your environment sets that way. How many of you had like have kids? Do you guys have kids? Or have like, nephew, niece or some kind of interaction with kids? You have no kid one day and all of a sudden you have kid next day, right? Let's say your niece, nephew or some other kid is coming or you had your own kid. A day before your house looks different. The moment kid comes, all of a sudden the environment changes. You make it more child proof. Oh, this is not suitable for to have it in house when kid is there. And once that kid starts to crawl, you again change the room, right? Okay, this should not be in that kid's reach, that baby's reach. What if it's harmful? You change the environment, right? Automatically. Skills from crawling to now it's standing. Its reach is even more higher. You start to move from top shelves also. Like let me share my screen one more time. And I was talking about capabilities and skills. And once capability and skills matter nothing if you have that belief, that value in you, right? You have a belief, I am someone who can very easily present. I am someone who can very easily go and exercise. Your capabilities will automatically become of that. Your behavior and your environment automatically will align. So once you have that belief, so that's why working on belief is very important. Tomorrow again, we will be talking about belief, how to reinforce the beliefs that will serve you and your identity, empower your identity, right? And the last part is your identity. What do you think, Elon Musk, if he quits everything, like everything that he has created is taken away from him, will he be able to create that exact thing again? Give me yes or no in the chat. Do you think he will be able to create that thing again? Yes. Why? Because he has the identity of that person. He knows how to do it. That's his identity. Very easy for him to do it. One athlete, they have practiced for years. All of a sudden, they don't perform in some event, like let's say in Olympics. 1 year, will they be able to perform next year? Yes. It was just one day that didn't go as per plan, but it is their identity. They are capable of doing that. Identity is your true self, but many of the time the problem is we are living two lives. One is in our head that we want to live, and one that is we are facing to the world. This is who I am. This is my life. And the more they congruent, the more they are overlapping, more successful and happy and fulfilled you will be. But the more distance you will feel, more resistance, more anger, more resentment, and more all the negative things. With me on that? So that's why identity. And this is, by the way, is level of change. Very powerful concept, very powerful concept. And now I am giving you guys one task. This is the task for day 4, that once you know what are all elements of change that holds you back, sit with yourself and ask yourself, I want to have this, where in my environment I am not feeling supported. What is that behavior I want to have? What is that skill or capability I need to have for me to succeed? What are the beliefs and values I need? What kind of identity do I need? And you can just feed this to ChatGPT. Yesterday we learned about how to use ChatGPT. Best way to get answers. You will get so many more ideas, right? With me on that? So this is the task for today. You sit with yourself and ask why I am not able to achieve the goal I want. Is it my environment that is not aligned? Is it a behavior that I'm not doing? Right? I'm someone who want to lose my weight, and then I am the person who is eating whole cake, eating burger, eating pani puri, eating all the garbage. So my behavior is not aligned. Now that I know, how can I change my behavior? Right? Same goes with capabilities, skills, and belief. What skills do I need? So I want to launch my business. I don't have a capability of sales. I don't have the capability of marketing. I don't have the capability of presenting. Learn that skill then. Or maybe I don't have that mindset, that belief. So I will work on my belief, on my mindset. And then comes identity. That's how I become. So if you take care of bottom 4, identity automatically becomes. But there is a quicker way of shifting your identity. You don't have to change other 4. You just change your identity and automatically the other 4 things will fall in place. Will that be powerful for you guys? Give me yes in the chat if it will be powerful. Just to change your identity and everything else will align. Right? Yes. Yes. Nice. So where we want to go from here? What do you want to do from here now? Right? We have all the information. We have all the resources. It is just our mental block that we are not good enough. Right? And it's all about, like, anytime, as I was talking about the risk or opportunity, right? Whenever opportunity presents, it feels like I'm not worthy of that opportunity or I'm not ready for that. Have you guys experienced this? Like, have you been to any of the big showroom, or you went in front of that showroom and then you said like, no, it's too expensive. I'm not supposed to go in there, right? Maybe Prada or Louis Vuitton, right? You will be like, let me go and see what is inside that store. And then you will feel like, I don't know. I may not find anything that will fit in my budget. So why to go? And the moment you said it's expensive, it's not, you are telling your subconscious mind, I am not even worthy to look around. Nobody is charging you for looking. You can go and look in Louis Vuitton's showroom. Nobody is stopping you from there. But you yourself is stopping because somewhere you feel you are not worthy enough even to look, right? We are looking for answers. Opportunity is coming, but we are too much into judgment that will that be beneficial for me? Very self-conscious. Yes, exactly. Right? We are playing with our self-worth. We are demeaning ourselves. Nobody else is putting us down. So here is an opportunity. I am bringing again, I am inviting you guys. There is no cost. It's free. Just connect and explore your options. There is no cost in window shopping. So here is the link. Shashi will drop the link. Book a call with me. Thank you, Anita. Book a call with me. Get clarity on what you're looking for. And see, if you want to continue with me, that's okay. If you don't want to continue, at least you will go with clarity. You will have some direction to work towards, right? Why to miss that opportunity? Just because you're not very sure with your self-worth. And that's what we are here for, right? Just to increase our self-worth. I have a couple of slots. Yesterday we booked few, right? Book your call. Connect with me. So how many of you are ready to book call with me? There is no cost. What's the risk in it? If nothing, we will have a good chat for 20 minutes. I get to know you, you get to know me. That's all. No harm in that, right? So do this. There is an opportunity with no risk. Avail that opportunity, right? With me on that? Thank you, Anita. Thank you. Looking forward to meet you. Okay, coming back to environment. Let's start from the very basics now. So environment, we all know there are same environment, two people in same environment, but one succeed, one doesn't succeed. And as yesterday we were talking, it is all game of focus. So people who focus on solutions will win. People who will focus on problems. मेरे पास ये नहीं है, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. You will be focusing on problem and you will be finding fixes, temporary fixes. But if you are looking towards solution, what can I do about it? Everything changes. Everything changes. And that can only happen when your state is of relaxation, of gratitude, of happiness, ease, not the stress. In stress, you will be in survival mode. So you need to learn how to regulate your inside first, your internal environment first. You cannot create something beautiful with being angry or resentful, right? And yesterday I talked one about like, either gratitude or appreciation mode, appreciation frame. You start appreciating more about life, everything. One of my mentor, he said, like, you should appreciate 100 times in a day. And I'm like, 100 times in a day will be a way too stretch of a number, right? Imagine if I'm sleeping for 8 hours. In 16 hours, it's pretty much every 10 minutes, I'm appreciating about something. I'm like, every 10 minutes, I don't have those many things to appreciate. And then I realized I have so much, right? There was a time like my grandmom, like we are from Bihar, and there is a part of village which is very dry. So my grandmom used to tell like when she was kid In 15 days, every family has a rotation. There was one family that used to bring it to their home, and that day only all the people of that family will take bath. And every 15 day their turn will come. Water. Just water is coming. But we don't feel gratitude towards it. We don't feel with me. And now even better, just turn on water and water will be at specific temperature. Basis of life, exactly. Very basis of life. But we are not paying appreciation to that. And now that you imagine you have water coming from your open it, how much more blessed you are. There are so many kids who will be sleeping without food today. So many people who are sleeping today won't be waking up tomorrow morning. Changing your mindset more towards appreciating life, appreciating all that you have, focus towards solution, focus towards what is going good and not feeding to the negatives of your life. And this changed chemistry of your body. And we will get into that a bit in a bit, right? And that's how it is. Like, you cannot be angry and grateful at same time. You can only focus on one. Either you can be angry or you can be grateful or appreciative. So when the choice is there, why not to choose the better option, right? Why to be angry if I can be grateful? Every scenario teaches you something. Every scenario teaches you something. In your life, anything when hardship is coming, just ask yourself, what is that I need to learn from here? How can I make this work? Just few questions that you ask will change your direction of thinking. Okay, this is the adversity coming. What is that I need to learn from here? Right? That's how you change your environment, by changing your internal environment first. Garbage in, garbage out. So if you're putting garbage inside, garbage is outside as well. But if you start putting consciously good thoughts, good behavior, good everything outside will also start to become good. With me on that? Give me yes if you agree with it. Right? Got it. Okay. So after environment, there was behavior. And behavior, as we got to know yesterday, we had that loop, right? So we have a thought. How many of you can predict what thought is about to come next? Anybody in the room can do that? Can predict, okay, this is the thought I will be having now next. No, right? Nobody can do that. We cannot predict what we can think. But once the thought came in my mind, I can be aware enough to know what thought I am having and how I want to feel about it. Okay. What is the feeling that, and feeling is just, so see, yesterday I was talking about, so there is 90-second circle for an emotion to feel. So emotion is basically chemical thing happening in your body. And I will give you an example. Okay, the moment I see a lion, my five senses perceive there is a lion right there. Okay. And those five senses take the information, give it to my mind saying there is a lion who looks like this, all the details. And now my mind will say from my past experiences that lion is dangerous. It may kill you. So you need to run. That's the command came from mind. And now your senses, five senses cannot do much. You need your body to run, right? So your mind communicates with all the glands and it releases adrenaline. Adrenaline is something that further releases insulin. Insulin is something that further helps break down sugar, glucose from your skin, from your liver, glycogen, right? because you need energy to run. This is all chemically happening. And I'm giving you a very simple example. These are all jargons, but a very simple example. You needed energy. Energy comes from food. Energy comes from glucose. So your mind gave a signal in within 90 seconds, you have rich source of sugar in your body. Now that if you want to fight, you can fight, or if you want to fly, you can fly, right? You can run away or you can fight. For both of that, you need energy. Chemical happening. And now imagine a scenario. My mind sees a lot, sorry, my senses see a lion, okay? And my mind have a past experience. Lion is my friend. What will the chemical change happen in my body? Oh, ये तो मेरा friend है, अभी आएगा, hug करेगा. Lot of love hormone, happy hormone will be released in my body. And these are all chemicals. So once the chemical is working, you can change it. And by the way, our mind cannot perceive it's a reality or imagination. And I can prove it to you guys. So imagine yourself, you are walking. Just close your eyes, connect to yourself, and imagine you are walking barefoot on grass. Just walking, very relaxed, very easily, you're walking. And you reach to a small bush or like, little small tree kind of thing of lemon. There are a lot of yellow ripe lemons there. You touch that lemon and you feel the fragrance in your hand. And now you're tempted to smell that lemon and you give a good whiff. Lemon. Let me cut it and taste it. And you cut it with a knife. And that juicy lemon goes right into it touches your tongue. And you start to salivate. And you feel that sourness. And the smell, oh, divine smell of fresh lemon. Right? How many of you can taste lemon right now? You can come back to now and tell me, how many of you can taste the lemon? You can feel your mouth salivating, right? I can smell my hand as a lemon now. I haven't touched lemon, right? But I'm smelling, oh, I just touched lemon. It was imagination, but our body did it chemically. We released saliva, right? We smelled that. It was not physically present, but we did it anyway. And that's the power of our mind. It cannot differentiate between what is imagination, what is reality, right? It just thinks about something happened in past and brings all the chemical changes. Oh, last time I was stressed because of this, da, 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 da. All the chemical changes again happened. Just by mere thinking, you change your chemistry. Everything is chemical. Everything is chemical. And yesterday we talked about NLP communication model. That's where we talked about you change your state, you change your physiology, and you change what you're thinking. And it's vice versa. It's an entire chain that we learned yesterday, right? So I will talk about 4 hormones that is called dose. So once you feel not so good hormones in your body, how to use these good hormones to overcome those or override those coding of like negative hormones, not so favorable. We need all hormones. It's not like, I don't want cortisol because it is of stress hormone. We need stress. Without stress, we will not be moving. Imagine if you have no stress of finding food. It's okay if I get food, if I don't get food. Nobody will even move, right? We are stressed like, what if I don't get food? I will die. That's why we move to find food. We find work. Okay, let me go earn money, and that's how I will eat food, right? Survival. So stress is good, but how much do we need to just move us forward towards our goal? Our body, as I said, is designed for survival. It is not designed for becoming successful. So we have to change certain wirings for us to become successful, because on a default mode, we will just survive. We have to do something different for us to succeed and not just survive. So here are 4 hormones or neurotransmitters, neuropeptides. These are all chemicals in our body that communicate with each other, and that's how we feel what we feel, right? So this is called DOSE, DOSE, and it stands for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin. And I will come in a bit like about what it each is. So how many of you know about dopamine? We all have, like, these days dopamine is like, dopamine detox and all those things. So dopamine is basically when you're anticipating reward, something is about to come good. Anticipation of reward. That's when you feel dopamine. And you are anticipating reward. That's why you will take action. So people who are struggling with not taking action, all the people who are big on procrastination, your dopamine quota is low. Right? And I will tell you what chemically happens in procrastination. So you have a task in your hand, it feels so easy, right? There is no reward in doing something easy, no dopamine rush. So you're not doing it. And if the task feels it's too big for me to do it, cortisol, stress hormone, your creative brain shuts down and your limbic brain will say, find the problem, fix it. So procrastination happens, you are finding all the problems of why it won't be successful and you're not doing it. Chemical, just chemical. You fix dopamine for that work. That's why reward. You give her reward. You give your mind reward. Like once you finish this. So I tell to my brain, okay, you get to watch TV while you're folding clothes. You can watch your favorite TV. Kapil Sharma ka show you can watch. Reward. Now I am ready to fold clothes. How you are motivating yourself with dopamine when there is none, and how you are managing your stress when you are feeling the task is too big. That's what it is all about, procrastination. Once you know this, everything else is sorted. Right? With me on that? So dopamine is like when you are anticipating reward. The second hormone is oxytocin, love hormone. Anytime when you hug someone, touch someone, and it is very important for our survival. Human beings are made to live in group. They are not solo beings. But right now we are so isolated, just us working in a room, like work from home. You're just in your room with your laptop, no physical connection, no physical touch. You just go eat, sleep. Like many of the families I see, they don't even talk while eating. They will just watch TV, they are eating and they just go back to sleep. And next day repeat again. Where is the oxytocin in your life? What are you doing to get naturally the source, that oxytocin? Hugging, talking with your friends, having that soulful conversation with someone. Those are the things. Love hormone. Oxytocin is love hormone. And it can be done as easily by just hugging yourself and do this for 5 minutes or 2 minutes. Just cuddle yourself, hug yourself, and stay with yourself for 2 minutes. You will feel like a difference. Your breathing will change. You feel more relaxed. You will get more oxytocin. The third hormone, DOS, is serotonin. That is happy hormone, feel good hormone, right? Most of the people feel depression because they are not having enough serotonin, or their body is not circulating enough serotonin. They have serotonin in their body, but it's not like the connections are not made so that serotonin is passing in their body. And that's why in depression, people take inhibitors, right? So that more serotonin circulates and they feel okay, right? So serotonin is happy hormone. And serotonin can be released just by looking at bright, beautiful colors. Just by looking bright, beautiful colors. Who want to know, like, get the story of, like, how to use colors as, like, increase your serotonin? You want it? Give me yes if you want to hear that story. Me? Okay, let's go. And it can be anything that makes you happy. It can be colors. For me, colors, like for many people, colors, visual people, colors are the thing. Some people like fragrances, right? They make their space so beautifully fragrant. That's a serotonin. Walking barefoot on grass, serotonin. Playing with sand, serotonin. So let me give you an example. Like one of my client, she was going through depression, right? She was going through depression. And her biggest struggle was like, I am okay sending my daughter, my kid, and my husband to office, and after that, I just want to stay in bed. I don't want to come out of my bed. I just want to stay in my bed. And whole day I just lay down there. So I asked, what is that you want? What is that you like to do? Small thing, something. And after some conversation, we got to know that she likes colors a lot. A lot. So I asked her what you can do on your body. Like you can have your nails colored or your hair colored or use eyeshadows or bright lipstick or wear bright clothes, something that you like. How can you incorporate more color in your on yourself? And she said, okay, I can do lipstick. I can use bright lipstick. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Let's start with there. So I gave her task of every day you put on your lipstick, click a picture and send it to me. Right? And she said, okay, it's an easy task, right? No matter how depressed you are, once somebody has given you task, like not even 1 minute, 30 seconds, you put on a lipstick, you click a picture and send. This is a doable task. So day one, she sent me a picture. Her hair was messy. She just put like a random way of lipstick, like not even properly, just send the picture. Okay, got it. Day two, I saw she put a little effort in putting the lipstick. Day three, I saw she has moisturized her skin. She's looking a little better. Her comb, her hair is well done and all. By day seven, she is sending, and I can recognize that this is not her home. She is sending me a picture from outside somewhere. And I asked her, what happened? 1 week before you were saying, I don't want to go out. I can see that you are outside your home. So she said, yes, now that I have put lipstick, I have made my hair. I felt like dressing up. So once I am ready, why not step out? Why not step out? Power of color. And what just happened? Lot of serotonin changes happened in her mind. That's all. She started to get more serotonin, and that's how she started to feel more good about herself. Very simple technique. It doesn't have to be very complex things. Our body is very simple. We have made it complicated just because we don't know how our body works. So how many of you think one such small trip can help you guys to come out of any problem that you want? Just by fixing your happy hormones. There are lot many hormones that you can work with. These are the very basic one, right? And the fourth one is endorphin. Endorphin is basically pain reliever. All the guys in the room or all the ladies who have son or husband who loves to watch action movies, Animal, KGF, Bahubali. Why these movies are getting so hit, right? Why? Like, I never understand why this violent abundance of, money, all slaughter, like, in like all possible, what you call, like VFX. Blood is coming and it's like, shh, right? All the boys, they like it because women normally have more endorphin naturally in their body. Women body is made to bear pain, right? We have periods, we have to go through childbirth. So we have naturally more endorphin. Men don't have naturally more endorphin. They get more endorphin by hunting. How many men you know in this life that they are going for hunting? Nobody is going for hunting, right? There is no chase, there is no endorphin, no adrenaline. So that need of body of feeling that endorphin is fulfilled by watching action because there is no difference between imagination and reality, right? So you see yourself and you see yourself, okay, I am doing like Bahubali is pulling that statue, I am doing it with one hand only, right? Endorphin, you are getting a lot of endorphin in your body. Same way for boys, especially like by the age of 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 years old boys, they are too much curious in let me break the car and see what's inside. That rush they want to feel, that curiosity is fulfilled by that rush. They need endorphin. Take them to treasure hunt, they will be much more happy, right? Simple chemical changes that you can do in your life and it will change everything for you. Powerful? Give me powerful in chat if you like this concept. And these are, by the way, just 4 hormones. We have like, I don't know how many chemicals that we can work upon and just by small changes. Thank you, Karnam. Yes, it is powerful, right? So on that note, we are pretty much on time of closing. So I invite you one more time. If you haven't booked your call, book it. We are living in the time where, this was the scenario. This is what used to be said. So when we are in bad times, we work hard to become strong man. So bad time creates strong man. Strong man creates good time. Good time creates weak man, and then weak man creates bad time. Right? So once you create a safe heart, safe environment for yourself, you start to become weak. That's what is happening. Remember, most of our parents struggled to provide what we are having, right? But we are very easily capable of providing that exact same thing to our kids. And our kids are even more like, weaker than us. We were okay bearing. How many of you think your kids are more delicate than you were at that age? Right? Kids these days. Because times are good. We have provided them that safe environment that was not earlier. Kids these days, I see like bully is the concept. In our school, when I was in school and college, there was no concept such as bullying. Right? Seniors, they will say whatever they want to say. We are strong enough to handle it. Went out with our friends, done and dusted. But kids these days, if you talk to them on little higher decibel, they'll be like, they are so mean, they are so rude, right? Environment, very comfortable environment. And that's why we are having weak people. So if you're someone who always is striving to become stronger, you cannot have in a favorable environment. I will give you one more story, very beautiful story. This is, by the way, is like not a story, it's real life. So here in US, we celebrate Halloween. Okay, so on Halloween, like a month before onwards only, they start to sell pumpkin, variety of pumpkin. And we will go on pumpkin patch. We will get a beautiful pumpkin. Every year we will get just one. People buy like crazy amount of and they decorate their house and everything. They make like jack-o'-lantern, all those things, right? Teaching has become, agree Rekha, teaching has become challenge because kids are not open. The moment you tell them something, they will have a big resistance. This is not how I am going to do, right? So if someone is not open for learning, how will you make? In the moment you become little rigid, their parents will come. How can you tell this to my kid? All those drama happen, right? Just because they are in more safer environment, they are not open for learning. People learn when they are not in safe environment. People expand when they are not in safe environment, right? So that's, I was telling about that story. Can't remember last time when I saw a kid in plaster. Exactly. Exactly. In our school, pretty much like 8th, 9th, 10th grade up till like at least one kid will have plaster. These days, kids are so safe. Put this pad. I'm not saying like they should get banded or like plaster or fractured, or like not in that sense, but they are not exploring enough. They're not doing the fun thing enough. That's why they're not having that fun, right? Safe environment will not help you grow. We need challenging environment. Challenges are the opportunity for us to grow. And by the way, the story was I got pumpkin, one of the very beautiful pumpkin, and it was very exclusive, right? They are dramatic, exactly. Right? So I got the pumpkin and it was very, very beautiful pumpkin. So I thought like it has so many seeds, I will plant it. So I planted it very beautifully, kept it on my windowsill, and the plant will grow. It will grow up till this, and then it will bend. Like the stem becomes very weak and it will bend. No matter how much support I am doing, little bit more water, it dies, little bit less water, it dies. So I tried like 50, 60 seeds, right? All my plants died. All my plants died. And I was so like, pumpkin has a lot of seeds, right? I don't know, like it's 500,000, like crazy amount of seed they have inside. So I was so mad and so pissed. So I just throw the entire seed bunch outside my house, like in the backyard. Like we have a little space where we plant. So just soil, like it was all soil. So I said, like, let me mix it with that. And it has seeds there. And within 5, 6 days, I started to see there is a small sapling coming out. I said, okay, this is pumpkin, let it grow. Anyway, it's going to dry. I'm not going to kill it. 15 days later, I saw that stem is more strong than what I was getting it near my windowsill. Right? I was keeping all the comfort to that pumpkin seed and it was not growing. I just throw, I'm not even watering. I'm just watering the random plants and it is getting watered. And they grew. That's what's the power of challenging environment. So right now, if you are thinking you guys are in a challenging environment, congratulations. You are provided with the opportunity to grow, to expand. And once you are getting this opportunity, I'm just inviting you guys, book the call. There is no cost for you. Just have conversation with me, right? And I promise you, you will at least get some insight about where you want to head. It's day 4, you guys, like 4 of you guys. We started with 40 registrations for the Zoom room. There were 160 registrations for the entire. 40 people show up on day 1. And today, look at you. 4 of us, 6 of us in total, right? Tells me something about that you're looking, you haven't got it yet, or you are passionate about. So take this opportunity, book the call. Okay.